as the eye can wander. Heath and bog are everywhere. Not a bird sings out to cheer us. Oaks are standing gaunt and bare. We are the peat bog soldiers, marching with our spades to the moor.
The town of Richmond straddles the fast-flowing River Swale at the edge of the sweeping Yorkshire Dales. The town was named Hindralag when it was first founded and has stood here for almost 1,000 years. The skyline is punctured by a commanding tower of honey-coloured sandstone, which casts its shadow over the surrounding rooftops. This is the keep of Richmond Castle, 100 feet tall, with walls 11 feet thick. Local legend has it that King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table are sleeping in a cavern beneath the castle's rocky ruins.
Richmond Castle was built to make a statement, and it still makes a statement today. It dominates the North Yorkshire town, and more than 900 years ago, it dominated a huge tract of land called the Honour of Richmond. Built in the 1070s, this is a symbol of Norman control over the north of England, following the harrying of the north, a time when William the Conqueror brutally put down the last of the English resistance to Norman rule. It commands superb views across the surrounding landscape and is perhaps the best preserved of all the early Norman castles in England. Ruins have for a long time been a source of inspiration for writers and artists, and Richmond is no exception.
With its lofty stone walls in its precipitous position overlooking the River Swale, it's no surprise that countless artists have been drawn to Richmond Castle. In the late 18th century, J.M.W. Turner immortalised the drama and romance of the battlements at sunrise in his luminous watercolours. Such is the beauty of the place that it's easy to forget that this is a military structure at its core.
From the 19th century, the castle was the home to the local militia force, and during the First World War, it housed a military prison. This prison was only small, 8 cells in total, but it embodies an incredibly powerful story of the human spirit and resistance to authority. It was here in 1916 that 16 men, later to become known as the Richmond 16, were held. They were conscientious objectors who refused to fight, bear arms, or contribute in any way to the war effort. This could be for a number of reasons. It could be political, it could be moral, or it could be religious, and there was no one reason why these men chose to take a stand against the war. While they were held in the cells, some of them left the most remarkable record of their lives and their beliefs in the form of graffiti on the cell walls. There are drawings, including a portrait of one of the prisoners' mothers, religious tracts and songs, all preserved, an incredibly fragile record of this remarkable story. The Richmond 16 were eventually transferred to France, where they were court-martialed and sentenced to death by firing squad, although this was later commuted to 10 years hard labour. These men were willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for their beliefs, for their morals, and their ability to maintain their strength when all the apparatus of the military, along with much of society, was ranged against them, is a remarkable human story. And it's a story on a very human scale, but it's played out here within the walls of an enormous monumental structure.
Far and wide as the eye can wander.
Peat Bog Soldiers, sung for us by Jimmy Aldridge and Sid Goldsmith, is a well-known political song about the Nazi camps, smuggled through the bars and out of prisons to become the anthem it is today. A fine example of a song that kept people going within their cells, it links us back to the stories of the conscientious objectors locked away in Richmond Castle and reminds us of the power and potency of prison song.
To the moor, up and down the guards are pacing. No one can get through. Flight would mean a sure death facing. Guns and barbed wire block our view. We are the peat bog soldiers, marching with our spades to the moor. But for us there is no complaining. Winter will in time be past. One day we shall rise rejoicing. Homeland dear, you're mine at last. No more the peat bog soldiers will march with our spades to the moor. To